Hi everyone and welcome to another mod showcase for Fallout 4 looking at the reshade preset known as Wasteland Grit. Now unlike some of the other presets that I've shown you, this one comes with depth of field and ambient occlusion turned on by default. Now this costs quite a few frames per second, it can cost up to 10 FPS and I found it quite demanding. This is scenes here with depth of field on. You can see it's slightly distorted and it doesn't quite work. You can see here left hand side depth of field on, right hand side depth of field off. Now because it's quite demanding and I'm not going to play with depth of field on, I find it quite distracting in normal gameplay. I've turned it off for the rest of the video, but ambient occlusion is still on. All of these features that come with the preset can be turned off by key presses. Those are described on the mod page. Please do read that before you use the preset. It will describe to you exactly what you can do with this preset on. The reason I chose to look at this preset is because it's described as giving you a gritty wasteland. And as most of you know, that's what I'm trying to look for. I'm looking for a bleaker, grittier wasteland than what you get with the vanilla game. And it does that. It does add a very nice gritty effect over the top of the game. You can see it gives this yellow tinge which adds to like the desolate effect. But I'm not quite keen on the colour palette itself, and the performance hit with the preset on and without any of the other effects is just a little bit too much for me to handle. However, one of the good things about the preset is you can actually turn it off, obviously with scroll lock on your keyboard, and then you can actually turn depth of field on in the vanilla game. So that means you can run around at 60 frames per second with depth of field on if you wish, just to try out what it would look like in the game. It's not very playable on depth of field. I do find it a little bit distracting, but in most circumstances it looks quite nice, especially for screenshots and video work here and there. So that's something you could try out with this preset. Just turn it off with scroll lock and try the depth of field out. In future, what I'd like to see from this preset is a little bit more performance friendly. I do drop to about 40 frames per second in Diamond City, and for me that's just a bit too unplayable. But if you like the look of it, go ahead, try it out. You might like the results on your own system. You'll find a link down in the description below, and please obviously endorse the mod if you use. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.